Plaintiff Reginald Smalls was in the hospital fighting for his life when he claims that his nephew stole his debit card. He is suing for $3,000. Sharod Smalls says he took care of his uncle and that he would never take money from him.
This is case number 001 on the docket, Small versus Small.
And this is a small claims court.
Yes, sir.
So congratulations on having a court just for you guys. You may all be seated. And welcome. You are suing your nephew.
Yes, sir.
You're suing your nephew, why?
I was hospitalized in July. What happened was they said that I had fell out on the floor and they took me to the hospital via ambulance. I woke up to find out I was in the hospital.
So you were unconscious, you're saying,
Yeah.
And how long did you stay in the hospital?
The whole month of July. July 3rd is when I realized I was in the hospital without my walker.
Okay, so you suffered, was it a stroke or?
Stroke, yes. That was my 5th stroke.
Your 5th stroke?
Yes, sir.
Well, glad to have you with us.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I bet.
So
Where were you when you collapsed?
I was at his house.
You're staying at his house?
Yes, sir.
What can you add to this? And your
And
name
this
is,
is my
I'm sorry.
fiance here.
Essence.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
And what can you add to this story?
Well, I found Uncle Reggie in my daughter's room, butt naked on the floor.
Butt naked on the floor. Oh.
His eyes was rolled up in the back of his head. I knew he was having some type of something.
Yeah. So why are you suing him?
Because he took the money out of my account.
Chances of me stealing money from my uncle? No. I would never do that to him. Other family members reached out to me and told me, be careful, because he had done it to the same with other family members, accusing other people of stealing his money. I said, nah, my uncle won't do that.
Now, do you have children?
I got 5.
5 children.
5 grown.
So you were pretty active in your younger days.
Yes, sir.
So did you contact any of your kids to take care of you?
They all abandoned me back in 2014. I haven't heard or seen my kids.
Why did you say?
I have the slightest idea.
Oh, you must have some idea. I mean.
Well, back in the day, I was on drugs.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was back in the 80s. I was real bad.
Oh, back in the 80s, yeah.
I was real bad.
But your nephew took you in, and you're so appreciative you decided to sue him.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Well, I'm on a fixed income.
Yes.
I take care of kids. I sponsor kids in Africa for the last 8 years.
You sponsor kids in Africa?
Yes, sir.
Well, good for you.
So every 3rd of the month, I always send them at least $500.
I got evidence myself stating that every month, what we did, every single month, paid bills for him, got money for him.
Well, how did you find out that he was accusing you of taking the money?
I was at work. I got a phone call from a detective. Detective called me and told me he wanted to speak to me, he wanted to see me. He was like, your uncle trying to say he took his money, blah, blah, blah. I said, took his money? I said, we had statement, written agreement as far as what we were doing every month.
No, we
I was
didn't.
sending money to people in Africa. And I said, why are you sending money to people in Africa that you don't know?
So on June 3rd, he took me to a Western Union. I wasn't able to get out the car because of my legs.
Yes.
So I asked him to go in there and make the transaction for me.
Yes.
So I gave him my card and my PIN number.
Yeah.
At the end of the month, I didn't realize that I keep all my stuff in my walker so I know where it's at.
Yeah.
Okay. I realized my card was missing when I got discharged.
And your debit card, as you remember, was in your walker?
Yes, in my wallet, in my walker, in his house. Now, unless he had somebody come in there and go in my walker.
Oh, so it
and
wasn't
take-
in the hospital.
No.
The wallet was in
my
the
walker,
defendant's
in
house,
his
your
house.
nephew's house.
Yes, sir.
And we have,
The video will show you the places that was done right around his house.
okay, I want to see what video you have and tell me what I'm looking at.
All right, this is the hospital. And I don't drive, I don't have a car. But these were the transactions were made.
So these are from ATM machines?
Yes, sir.
So these withdrawals on your debit card were made from ATM machines,
Yes.
and each of those dates you're
was
in the hospital,
hospitalized,
so they
yeah.
weren't made by you.
No, I couldn't.
The evidence that I have, which he claimed that he gave me his ATM number,
Yeah.
I have evidence that he texted to me so I can handle his business.
Okay.
So it was no need for me to get over on him of any type of dollars because I didn't. That's my uncle.
He had, right, and
You
you
know?
handle his business. I get that.
Yes.
I must admit, I am having difficulty believing that these guys who were nothing but nice to you, helpful to you, I understand what you're saying, he knew the PIN, but it's possible other people got the PIN too. Why he is the one, after everything he's done for you,
My question is, how did the video you saw? How did all the transactions come about when I was still in the hospital?
I know they weren't, okay, I'm not suggesting that you made those transactions. I get it. The question is you're suing him without any evidence saying that he's the one that took the money. We have a record here that the card was used at these various ATMs while he was in the hospital.
The paramedics
Okay.
took his wallet.
Ah, okay, this is interesting information.
We had to gather all his medications and all of that. He had all his stuff there.
And when was it brought to the hospital?
The paramedics took him
The same
and
day
his
when
wallet
they picked him up.
to the hospital.
All right. So you're coming here telling us that they had your stuff at his house, but it wasn't. The paramedics, at the time you were brought to the hospital, the paramedics took your stuff, including your wallet,
Yes.
and brought it to the hospital.
Yes.
Okay. It's entirely possible that in a hospital where many people walk around, that somehow your card was lifted and used by people smarter than me how to use other people's cards, but they get used. Particularly when I take into account they are the one people in your family that stepped up for several months to take care of you. So to turn around and suddenly say, I'm suing you, you took the money, there were many opportunities for them to scam you before this. You need some proof, and you're
my
not giving me any
question was-
proof.
He had 5 kids, right? Which is my cousins.
Yeah.
I would like to know what, out of the blue, he made me the
Beneficiary.
beneficiary of his life insurance.
Yes, I did.
The only one of $100,000. Why would he do that and you got 5 kids?
Yeah. And if you're making him the beneficiary, why would he risk that to mess around with $2,400 or something? When it's $100,000 that's one day going to come to him.
I couldn't answer that.
Where was his walker on the day he collapsed? and
In
you
my
found it?
daughter's room.
And you're saying that the EMT took the walker?
No, they took his wallet.
They needed
They
identification.
took his wallet.
Yeah, so he has a little pouch on the walker.
Well, that makes
They needed the
that makes sense.
identification.
That makes
to
sense.
know
Any
who
of
he
us
was.
who have ever been in a hospital, even if you go for a checkup, they give you a little bag, they put and you put it in a locker, and you get the key, and it's wrapped around you. You may have a suspicion, but there is not any evidence here that he took the card from you and went to those ATMs and got the money, that he stole the money. There is not only no motivation for him to have done that, considering what he's doing for you, but also there's no evidence that he did it. And because of that, I dismiss the suit.
Pretty happy with the ruling because, like I said, that's my uncle. I would never steal from him. He asked me for help, and that's all I was trying to do.
I would never ask him for help again. You know, I ask God for help now.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. For more Judge Jerry, click here. For more Jerry Springer, click here.